Thank you, Ryan. I'm truly humbled by this honor. First, I want to take a moment to congratulate my friend and colleague, John Beerbussy, who's also being honored. John and I both started out managing CETA programs, and we watched as the system grew and evolved into what we see today. I valued his counsel and insights and admire his many contributions to the Michigan Works system. John and I may be among the few persons who have attended every Michigan Works conference, even the conferences before we were called Michigan Works. It was always a highlight for me to see my mentors, friends, and colleagues be recognized for their achievements. I never expected to be selected as one of the champions of workforce development, so this is a real thrill for me. I would like to thank the association for this recognition. I would also like to thank the team at Michigan Works Southeast, our Workforce Development Board members and elected officials, my fellow directors, our state partners, and my many friends throughout the workforce system for their support and encouragement throughout the years. And of course, I want to thank my family for putting up with the countless early morning and late night meetings. Since I was not a firefighter, police officer, doctor, teacher, or coach, I had trouble explaining my job to my children. I'm not sure they ever really knew what I did for a living. In part, this is because few people grow up thinking that they will be workforce development professionals. Like many of you, I happened upon this career almost by accident. My academic advisor, who was also dean of my college, taught a class on the history of employment and training programs. He suggested I take his class, and being no fool, I accepted his offer. I'm not sure it made a difference when I applied for a job in the local CETA program, but at least I knew what the letters stood for. I had no expectation that I would make a career in this field, but once you see the impact you can have on individuals, on businesses, and on our communities, it's hard to leave. A lot has changed in the workforce system since I began in 1977. In those days, our primary services were subsidized employment and a large summer youth program. We did not treat employers as our primary customer. There was little coordination and collaboration with the 30 or so local programs operating in federally funded services. And certainly, there was no statewide organization to support and advocate for the workforce system. My first job title was manpower specialist, title which is a little bit archaic today. However, a lesson I learned in that first job stuck with me throughout my career. Shortly after I was hired, my boss told me she was working with the state's welfare agency to create a program that would teach recipients how to find and keep a job. The thought was that if we could work together to teach basic job search skills while also addressing the many challenges the customers face, we could move them off welfare sooner. My boss also reached out to our community education program, which agreed to provide a facility, curriculum, development assistance, and an instructor to join me in delivering the program. I floundered a bit in the beginning, but eventually we developed a successful program that moved people from welfare to jobs. Soon, we opened the program to everyone in the community, even delivered a version of it in the county jail. Today, this approach seems all too familiar as job search classes for welfare recipients evolved into more refined programs like JET, Work First, and PATH. But 44 years ago, this was a novel idea. Now, the important lesson here is not the program design we developed. It's by working with our community partners, we can improve the quality and effectiveness of our programs. Throughout my career, I've applied this principle to other situations. And as I reflect back on some of my most satisfying accomplishments, they were the result of these partnerships and collaborations. Some were short-term, some still exist today, but all had more impact because we worked together. I watched as well as the workforce system embraced this approach. We've all developed innovative and effective partnerships with in our own communities. These partnerships have changed the lives of job seekers, helped our businesses and communities grow and prosper. So as I accept this recognition, I challenge and encourage you to continue to seek out new alliances, new collaborations to address the many needs of our businesses and job seekers. As we have seen all too clearly over the last year and a half, our industries and jobs are changing rapidly and dramatically, and our workforce system must change as well if we are to remain relevant. I have every confidence that if we strengthen existing partnerships while creating new ones, the workforce system will play a major role in addressing these challenges. Thank you again for this great honor. I hope you enjoy the rest of the conference.